Alright, so. Back to Sane's. Kruv is extending his hand and he's asking for the book that you just got. So what are you going to do with it?
I'm just gonna say sure because I don't know what to do with it.
Okay. So, like, he takes it and then it immediately lights on fire. And he just tosses it aside.
What was that for?
It's like, those pages held everything that I already know. But since I'm giving it to you anyway, it's not really needed anymore.
Alright then.
It's like, so you probably know enough about your father by now. Your father was a guard captain. He was the guard captain. Probably the example that all the other guards come off of. So, it was through him that the new doctrine came out. The wall went up. He was the one who conceived the plans for the wall, the guard rotations, all the strategies for the Black Dragon army, everything. From his mind is what sprung the entire regime that you've been looking on. Militarily, anyway.
Well.
So, he had a couple key rivals, all of which have died by my hands. I kind of regret my decision because that left them effectively leaderless for the longest time, militarily. And it's like he's looking a little distant, like I can't think of how many people suffered during that time because I decided to have vengeance. Without leadership, the whole establishment was introduced to anarchy. People were rioting, killing each other. Well, the military that stood fled or died.
Well.
So.
Just great.
The only thing I couldn't stick around. I tried to do my best to lead, but I had already done so much harm that I decided to simply go. But I came back every so often. All I do know is that now they're under a new leader. As you saw, the Great Black Drake has reasserted his dominance, and he's re-leading his people in their time of greatest need.
Well.
It's like, as for your mother, I didn't know a lot about her. I mean, not a lot of us visit the sunken catacombs. At least that was her point of origin. That you went back there is no surprise. That Troik was the one that sent you was a little bit in part of my, incentive, I would say. So, it's like, you don't really question where these missions come from, do you?
Most of the time I don't.
So, it's like you've had 9 years to mull it over, and yet you still haven't connected the dots that I was the one sending you to all of these places.
Fanus, not really.
Okay. It's like, typical youth. Alright, well, the most I know about your mother is that she was really just a pilgrim to the city, trying to, I guess, keep relations with the many kin. She had a noble goal. She wanted to unite the clans together into a cohesive whole, and she wanted to start with just the black and the blue.
That didn't really work out, now did it?
It's like, on the contrary, it worked out excellently. Maybe not as a whole, but at least she proved that it can be done. You can have a child of both dragon heritages. And it's like he gives that a sigh, but and it's like I feel like we may have betrayed that when we destroyed that legacy.
Well, too late to go back on that now.
So,
Probably.
and like he's like turning towards the wall, and he's like, it's like, I've wrought so much destruction. In a way, I've ruined your life beyond repairability.
Well,
And it's like, and for what? What did I get out of it? Banished from my people. Stuck in my shop. And it's like I feel like I did it wrong. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have intervened. Maybe I should have just let it happen and be done with it.
That's what happened.
And that's like the vengeance. Maybe I shouldn't have gone after, if I had not gone after the people responsible, if I had not changed you or any of that other stuff, maybe none of this would be happening. But it's already too late for that.
Well, if you wouldn't have changed me, they would have eventually killed me. Because then I would.
And that was the only reason we went through with it. You know, you needed protection. You were the last one. You are the living embodiment of my friend.
I still don't really know a lot about them, because I don't even know their names.
Okay. Let's see. So he knows his name. I notice it. Does he know both their names? Yeah. It's like, well, his name. So he's struggling with it. That's like, your name is his name. It's a family name given from one male to another as a means of honor. So in a way, you've always known his name, because his name is your name. It's like, as for your mother, not much is known of her name. Although I do know her name was Eva. There was no sort of recollection. It was almost random. There was no rhyme or reason why they gave her such a name.
At that point, I just kind of break down mentally. Like, I get a mental breakdown, sort of.
And so he's shaking his head. It's like, get up. It's not that much of a recollection. Like, get up.
No,
so he's like, you're falling to like what, your knees or stuff?
I'm the point of breaking down in tears, but not yet. So
okay, so he's like, he puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like putting it like, it's like, oh, it's not so bad. At least you know now. At least you don't have to seek revenge. In a way, I've already ruined my own life so that you wouldn't have to. And then it's like, and then he hits you hard on the shoulder again. Do a D100.
Oh.
That one, just like, you're knocked flat. You hit the ground. Because he hits you hard on the right shoulder, and then you're like knocked into Oso. And then pretty much Oso couldn't stand either, and you both fall over. It's like, in a way, that makes me your grandfather. Does that shock you even more than knowing your parents?
What?
Well, maybe not grandfather, but godfather, in a way.
That makes more sense than grandfather.
Okay. It's like, well, I'm an old man, and I've watched over you for a long time, so that in a way that makes me your grandfather, but whatever. If you want to go into technicalities.
Just that I am... Okay. I would be more shocked if you were my grandfather instead of my godfather.
There is one more bit that you're probably curious about, and that's relating to Onar. If you're wondering who sent them, it was me. I sent Onar to find you. Since I was banished from the town, I couldn't set foot within. I had to rely on a friend of mine. I didn't expect him to be murdered, though. I didn't think they would even go that far. So far in trying to secure you that they would kill their own.
Why were they actually trying to secure me?
Because you were an abnormality. You represented a new way. A new path. Out of the tradition of black dragons and into a new era. They needed to squash it, because that would challenge their power.
Well,
So it's like, it disgusts me that that such a noble line would be driven by such politics. But it's what happened.
well, not really successful in there.
It's like, are they now? As you see, you are simply a blue dragon now. You aren't a black dragon. In a way, they succeeded already. You are not the Saiyans that was born.
Well,
It's like, and that's why I'm sorry that have to happen that way. But it was preserving the future over your survival, and we chose your survival.
well, it happens.
It's like, and then he's like he snaps to attention and he looks at you. It's like, no, it doesn't happen. Things like this aren't common, and I'm thinking whatever gods are up there that this isn't common.
Well, I don't give a damn about any gods.
Okay.
I've never. I don't
And he smiles. It's like, neither do I.
I don't even think there are any gods. The only ones that might even come close, what may seem like gods, are the older dragons.
It's like, oh, they aren't gods either. They're just really old, and they've grown in power and strength.
They come close to what people would call a god.
Well, yes, I mean, they do gain immortality, so that's close enough, I guess. That's like, well, I must be getting back to work then. And think about what I've said, and try to put this whole business with Funus out of your mind. I mean, there will come a time, but that time is not now.
True. If I really wanted to take Funus, then I'll need an army bigger than theirs.
It's like, so he's leaning in close. It's like, in a way, they're your people too. Would you really antagonize your own?
I said if I would want to take it. I'm not saying I want to take it.
Okay. But it's like, but the drive for conquest is there. I can see it. It's not hard to miss.
Eventually one must settle down. Somewhere.
It's like, maybe you should focus on Aubrey first. I mean, you haven't focused on him for years now, and I think he's got no little amount of resentment, and some of it is stemming around you.
Well, I'll probably have to talk to him then. Because I don't really know what to do.
It's like, well, there's only one real solution, but that requires no small amount of diplomacy.
Wait, what?
It's like, you'll know when you get there. And he's walking away.
Oh well.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to walk over to Aubrey.
yeah.
Ninja go and kill somebody.
So
You really gonna listen to his horse shit? Damn, son.
Okay.
Take the place over. It's not so hard.
So Seven's like the voice of, just take it over,
Why the hell not? It's there. It's available.
bro.
It's not really available.
Because he didn't give you any means to get in. Never. He just told you couldn't. He tried the diplomatic way, and it didn't work.
Hence we dig.
Okay.
Easy.
Again, he
Sandworms
said
can
there's
do it.
like 2 to 3 kilometers under the ground of metal, so...
Yes, but sandworms could get through it.
You don't know you still don't even know what defensive measures they have.
Which is why the sandworms go first.
Alright, fine, whatever.
Double purpose.
Anyway, so he's gonna go talk with Aubrey, right?
Yeah.
So Aubrey and his last 2 are gonna be with Troik. Okay.
Okay, this
So
one I have to
Troik
get
is
on.
definitely aged. Like, the 10 years have not been kind to him. So he's more feeble than he's ever looked. Like, he's lost a little bit of HP. And just, he definitely looks like he's ready to retire. He's an old man. And it's like, Sains. You again. Good to see you. Let's see. Crew sort of filled me in, so I take it you know now what he knew.
I do.
It's like, well, the town had to the ones who did know had to keep it a secret. We couldn't let you know until it was time, until you were, as he said, the right moment. So what are you guys just chilling on the walls like spiders? Okay,
Well,
so,
hiding, yeah.
okay, so that's like, well, I wish I could have told you sooner. I really wanted to, but Kruv was very specific with his demands.
Well,
Okay. It's like, and so he takes a step back, and then Aubrey comes in. And it's like, I don't like the way you've been running things. Most of my people are gone. Our homeland is taken. The things you promised have been thrown out the window, mostly, by the rest of your group. I don't know what you were thinking when you brought us there. Maybe you should have just let us die where we were.
but I don't really get this. Why the hell are you guys dying and I'm not?
It's like, because you're a hybrid. You're neither black nor blue dragon, plus you've adapted to a new environment.
And maybe you should too.
Okay. It's like, it's not that simple for a pure blood dragon.
Everything that involves dragon is never simple. In their eyes.
It's like, it takes generations to evolve for a pure blood. For you, it's a matter, you're an abomination. It takes a couple years for you to adapt. So he shakes his head, and it's like, I guess that's why they say that you're supposed to be the new line, the next generation of dragon. An adaptable dragon, one that can pretty much survive in any environment. I would say that, yes, they've definitely succeeded with you.
Aubrey, I never promised things.
Okay.
I just said...
And it's like, of course you don't. You always just say things.
I said it was safer over here. I even let you choose if you wanted to come here.
It's like, we didn't have a choice. It was either that or stay around and get killed.
Well, then why are you blaming me?
It's like, because you did nothing in the long run. You brought us here, but you simply abandoned us to go seek your own personal vendetta.
Well, now I'm not looking for that vendetta anymore.
And
So
it's like, look what that got us. Yes, you're not looking anymore, but look how many of us are left. And he's like sweeping his arm across the last two dragons. It's like, this is all that is left. I think it's a little late for that helping out part.
what have you done to try and prevent this from happening?
As much as I could. But
Well, apparently that wasn't much.
okay.
Ouch.
And so it's like, and then he looks at you, it's like, what? You mind repeating that? You mind repeating that?
And apparently that wasn't much.
So he immediately pulls out a sword and he's swinging it. So D100. Or do you want to use a defense or do you want to D100 it? So it's a slash attack, so you could use your defense, I think, to just stop the blade dead.
Oh.
No, you can't do that. And she wasn't even in position yet.
She has plenty of time.
Yeah.
The man is slow.
Okay, so the blade. No, just that's one time you can use your. You could have another opportunity. You don't have to use a D100. Okay, well you'd rather fail it then. Fine. So damage,
Okay.
yes. So how much damage though? quite a bit. He hits you in a pretty vulnerable spot. So this is just armor damage. No, it's not just. It actually, it messes up. It goes straight for the health damage. It doesn't go for armor. So 80% of 60 is what? Which is 48. So he gets a good chunk of your health out with one blade swing. And it's like, do not say that.
Why not? Because you can't handle the truth.
It's like, I've done everything that I could, but even I am not immutable to the undead. And he's pointing it at you, and it's like, even you are not immutable to the undead. I'd like to see you try and fight them on your own and survive.
So you really think I haven't had to fight any undeads?
It's like, yes,
while scouting?
because you've been spending your time trying to find a way into the Black Dragon's little town. It's like, you've spent no time in the east, you've spent most of your time in the north.
That doesn't mean there aren't any there, since the swamp is to the north.
It's like, I've read your kill counts. Most of them have been against your own kin. Most of your reports have read no undead casualties. You avoid them. So, Troik is what? So the party's being surrounded, but I mean, Troik, what are you trying to say to Troik?
No, not Troik.
Okay.
The asshat with the swords.
He's not even, like, he's laser vision on Sains, just because of his insult.
Oh.
So he's not even paying attention.
Yeah.
So he has a D100 defense, so he can't defend against that. So that's a slash impact attack, so you just shoot him straight out.
Yeah. Well, he seems to like doing cheap shots.
Okay, so that's like fatal damage. So you pretty much just kill him where he's standing.
He was a douche.
And so what's Troik? Troik is like, he's appalled by that, and he looks at you, it's like, what the hell did you do that for?
Well, you see him. He attacks somebody for no
And
reason.
so it's like, he's looking at him, and it's like, he goes in and checks him, and he's gone. He's dead. And so he's like, he's looking at you incredulously, it's like, what have you done? What have you done?
Well, he was an asshole. He attacked somebody for no reason, just for talking. So, laws
So
of
he's
the
like,
wasteland.
so he's dead. And it's like, what are the other two the two other dragons, they're like appalled that their leader was just murdered in cold blood.
Oh, well, that works.
Okay, so one is ensnared,
And the other one, too. Yay.
and the other one is killed, like outright. So,
Wow.
so and Troik is like shaking his head, it's like, was that all really necessary? I mean, they were the last
Guilty
three blue
by
dragons.
association. Yes.
And he's like sighing, it's like, fine. It's not like I can do anything about this anyway. And so like he starts walking away.
Well, that was a nice evening.
So Sans, what is your opinion on that? You just saw the last of the water drakes just murdered in cold blood.
Not cold blood, they were
It
assholes.
was cold blood.
They had money.
Well,
Fuck.
He insulted like him to the point of like, if you were in his position and you were basically being insulting, like, you know, you did nothing to save your people and he did do something, would you not try to slash out at somebody?
Yeah, but that was a stupid move because laws of the wasteland, man.
He wasn't even attacking you. That wasteland law doesn't work like that.
If it works, he attacks somebody, he's an outlaw. It was in self-defense of a party member.
Fine, whatever. Well, it's too late now. They're already dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, there is one left.
Yeah, but I mean, why even keep him alive?
I don't know. Saints, what do you want to do with him?
So he's not even gonna bother. It's like he pretty much just draws his own blade across his throat and just kills himself.
Ah, okay.
Just
Well,
because
like
you
that.
just killed all his people, and so it's like he didn't want to have to try and live to be the last one. So he'd rather just kill himself.
He could have breeded hybrids and shit, man.
Okay. So, and like Freefoot just walks up to you, it's like, well, that was eventful. What now?
To the research lab.
Okay. And so, like, she nods and she's pointing at, like, Opry and them, and she picks up a body with her mutated hand and starts dragging it off. And then, like, Opry picks up the other two. What's Strom doing? Wait for the roll 20 to go. Okay, so Strom was like, what, that's it? That wasn't even a challenge.
Yeah, it was something.
So they're carrying off the bodies.
Wasn't supposed to end like that, but sure, alright then.
Okay. Well, I mean, you struck from surprise and you struck very violently and really quickly. And Troik didn't do anything about it because he'd rather not. It's one of those, you'd rather not antagonize a major force here. But now he knows that you might be out to get him.
Him? No. God, no.
Well, you know, in general, he's cautious. He's not about to, you know, because you're a major power and he has to defend himself against even his own. That's how he believes. So he
That's a
needs the
little
means
weird.
to fight back. Alright, so Sains, what is your opinion on that? You're wounded, so...
Hmm. Perhaps? Oh, there you go.
Okay, so you heal him for double. That's like 4 HP, that's not that much.
Still being doctor-like, damn it.
Okay, it's barely anything. It's like that. At least, so you
Well,
seal his minor...
pretty
You're
good
more
one.
of, like, curiously analyzing his physique and, like, sealing minor cuts, but you're not, like, a super medic.
Well, don't my wounds automatically freeze over?
D100. That's a D100 thing. Can you... Yes, you can. So you can stop the bleeding. Will it heal you? No. It'll just stop the bleeding.
Not stop the bleeding at least.
Yeah.
I won't bleed to death.
Yeah. Well, that's convenient, too.
Okay, what? You expect him to bleed to death?
I was expecting blood, but not freezing over, sure.
Okay. Okay, so now what? Besides the fact that you just murdered them, so...
I defended.
No, you murdered. You didn't have to murder them. But still, it's, again,
wasn't
besides the point.
intentional.
They're already dead. So, anyway, moving on.
They just couldn't take a punch, that's it.
You hit them by surprise. They couldn't defend themselves. So, yeah, they can't take a punch when it's a punch they weren't expecting.
And so they got a taste of the
Anyway,
romance.
back to the topic at hand, which is Saints. What are you going to do now?
I'm a problem solver. See? Problem solved.
I'm gonna go back to the inn and think where I could
Maybe you
possibly...
should go to the herbalist and heal yourself first. You know, you did just kind of get messed up.
Fine.
And go back to the inn and think. It's like you're wounded. You're gonna go back. You don't have time to think. You're like barely holding on. Okay, so, and it's like it's pretty much a fog of smoke, and you can't even see anything when you get in there. Like you open the door and just this huge pall of smoke comes out.
What the
And I was
hell are
like, that's what you're thinking. And what's Oso thinking? It's like, what the hell? And you hear like coughing and stuff coming from the inside. Yes, come in. Yes. Yeah, just try and find a seat if you can.
I just need to be healed, that's all.
Okay. It's like, doesn't everyone
No, not really.
healed both body and mind and spirit? You know.
No, just the body.
It's like, wait, what did you say?
Just the body.
It's like, oh no, everyone needs all three. You need to be balanced.
I'll find my other two somewhere else, but...
It's like, and then you see like, well, you feel it more than you see it, which is you feel something crawling up your body and onto your shoulder. And it looks like what is your response to seeing like basically Otiv on your shoulder? You've never seen him. You never came here before, and you never saw the snake before.
Since when do you have a snake?
Okay. It's like, my name is Otiv, human, or dragonkin, whatever you are. And so he does like the hissing thing. And it's like, dragonkin, my apologies. It's just, as you see, and you see like the smoke everywhere, it's hard to tell with all this around.
I know.
It's like, so, you need medical attention.
Sort of, yeah.
And so it's like, it's slithering across your body and analyzing all your damage. It's like, And so like you see him kind of leap off you and disappear into the smoke. Then he comes back with like a potion. Drink this.
Alright.
It's like, if you can't trust Koyen and Pog, you can at least trust me. I'm not the type to kill customers with the wrong Arabs. It's like, that only happened a couple times, not in a long years of service. That hasn't happened too many times.
Well.
And it wasn't anyone important. At least give me that much.
I take the potion from Otiv.
Okay. So are you gonna drink it?
Decisions.
It's like, and then he's like, it's actually a she. She's slithering up your body. You seem unsure. It's like, rest assured, this is a medical brew.
I'm not really trustworthy of other
It's like, of course you
people.
aren't. I wouldn't trust them either, but they do have some competency.
I mostly don't trust people I just met, so...
It's like, it's not my potion. I don't make potions. It's Koyen's job.
Well, let's hope he didn't fuck up then.
Yeah.
Or just chuck the potion.
D100. So you drink it, and... not so good. And it's locking. Hold on. So... it does not heal you. No regeneration. So is it like a poison? Yeah. Somewhat. So there's that. It doesn't kill you, that's the good news. So you like you can drink it a little bit and then you gag on it. And you like toss it to the ground. And Otiv catches it. It's like, Koyen, you didn't label this correctly. This isn't the medical salve. Oh really? What is it? And it's like Otiv is like he's reading it on the ground. This is the extract of horse. Oh, what is that? It's and so he's looking at you. It's like, you really don't want to know what you just drank.
No, I don't.
It's like, don't worry, it's not harmful. It just tastes disgusting, and likely, yeah. I'll go get something else. And so you can see that, like, with the tail, it's rescribing what's on it, what actually is in the bottle on there, because you could tell that you didn't analyze the bottle. You didn't take the time to look. So Otiv comes back.
Well.
And it's like, okay, now I'm reasonably sure that this is the right brew. I read it and checked it myself, and if it's still wrong, then we have problems.
Understatement.
Well, that's just great.
It's like
Actually,
So, which one was this made by? This was made by Pog this time. And Pog might or might not be more competent. Remember, Pog is the doctor from the orc camp a long while back. So, it's crazy old wizard. Crazy old man doctor. Another crazy old man. It's old men are the ones who are doctoring you.
They're also
And
senile.
a female snake. So it's like, yeah, just think of your medical staff. It's like, and so like it's you see you're going back. And it's like, Pog, you did make sure this is the right brew. And it's like, and he's spluttering. It's like, of course it's the right brew. Unlike Koyen, I actually make my potions not under the influence. It's like Koyen's like, what are you talking about? I'm not under any sort of influence of any substance whatsoever.
Right.
It's like, you can trust Pog at least. He does do his job well. So are you going to try it, or are you just going to look at it? You're just thinking about it still?
I'm thinking about whether I should take the potion or whether I should just walk over to Annabelle.
Yeah. Very true, very true.
Might be a good decision to go over to her.
And
for
so,
sure.
like, also it's like, just take the potion. What's the worst that could happen?
Me dying.
It's like, true, very true. And so, she just takes the potion from you and she opens it and sniffs it and stuff. And it's like, just drink this.
Alright then.
So do 100. Okay, so still not good. It heals you, but not for a large amount.
Oh.
So it heals you for half or full. It heals you for a reasonably full number, which is the equivalent of your health minus the health you already have, which is roll a d44. We'll see how much that regenerates. 15, damn. It's not that much. Half
Shit.
health. Okay, so... And so let's see if it's like, you'll have to forgive them. They're a bit, loopy today.
Just today.
Yes, it's becoming more and more common. I think there might be something wrong with them, but who am I to say? You're like Koyen from the background. There is completely nothing wrong with me. I am perfectly fine.
Oh well.
No, it's like, that's the best we can do for you. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll just walk over to Annabelle then.
So, like, all team just disappears into the smoke. Well, I'll just go towards Annabelle then. So you're gonna pass by me on the way there. So do you just straight beeline to Annabelle? You're not even gonna try and.
What?
I said you're not even gonna bother talking with anyone along the way. Just straight beeline straight towards Annabelle, past all the orc guards, all the guards. You just no conversation at all.
Not really, no.
Okay. No, as a man with a mission. It's not like I could talk anyway. I'm in tree form. My tree form has evolved now that I can't talk when I'm in tree form. I have to fully unevolve into my treant form and then back in order to talk. So I can't do the mid, like, unlike my previous self where I could easily move around in tree form, now it's becoming harder.
Well, that's never a good
So you
sign.
walk by my tree self as you get there. Okay, so you're seeking Annabelle's healing. Where's Annabelle anyway? So she's not there. Where did they... I don't know where she takes residence. Again, it's Deadly didn't come around during the week, and I couldn't get a hold of him, so... Alright, so they're just riding Squirtle around, I guess. So you approach. What exactly do you say to Annabelle?
I just shout up to Annabelle like,
Okay.
"Hey, Annabelle!"
Okay. She doesn't even notice. Like the riding Squirtle, you know. Does Squirtle notice? Yeah, Squirtle's like, he stops immediately and he like goes down to you with his head and it's like, oh.
Hello.
Okay. So Annabelle, like, she notices and then she just does this, which she fails at. So your wounds are not so easy to heal. Well, she's got one more attempt, so, which failed again. Wow, your wounds are really not able to heal. However he struck deep, and he struck a very deep wound. That's really hard to heal.
See, I was justified.
I'd say you're never justified. In your mind, maybe.
He fucked somebody up, so I fucked him up.
Alright, so Annabelle can't heal your wounds.
Hmm.
She tried, but it's not gonna. The Medicaid didn't work. Stick.
Oh well, they'll probably just need time then.
So you're just going where?
To the inn.
Okay.
Back to my room.
So what's
Unless-
Estrio's not too happy about the death of Aubrey. So,
Uh-oh.
so
Don't
it's like
tell
news travels fast. I mean, it's not everybody. Pretty much everybody in the town already knows.
Yeah, fuck.
So it's like, and then you know, Estrio, he understands a little bit. It's like, well, we tried to teach him on the customs, but no. So like, you're walking in, and then Estrio's like, I heard what happened with Aubrey. Shame, but you know what happens with those who don't become accustomed to the way we do things.
Yeah, they end up like him.
Let's just hope that no others will end up like that. But I have a feeling the ones that are left will not. Have no fear of that. So, and Garmok, you don't hear him talk much, but he's like, he was soft. You were right to call him out. Ha, aid his people. He didn't do anything as much as he said he did. His people.
Well, if he did, then most of his people would still be here.
And so Batista's like, enough. He's already dead. It's not gonna matter now.
Well.
And so Estrio's like he's taught, like you turn towards Estrio and something's flying at your head. Do a D100. So yeah, you couldn't catch it in time, and it knocks off your head. What about Oso? Oso catches it. Like, it knocks off your head upwards, and then she grabs it. And then Estrio's like, oh, sorry. My apologies. I thought you would catch that. Well, that's a medical potion. It's from when they weren't, you know, under the influence. I think that'll help more.
Let's hope it works.
Okay. Well, you got to D100 it. Still no. It's still healing, and it heals for a high number. So roll a D30. So this is when he was not under these. So it didn't really do much more. It's like, and like he's looking at it. She's like, nothing. Didn't do much.
Nope.
Like, I think we need to find some new herbalists. Okay, so what are they doing? Why is he sealing all the exits?
He's not. They're just sitting by, you know,
Okay.
cables and shit. Being all normal.
It's like, Seven, you brought friends this time. You normally don't.
People I met.
Okay.
And such. Friendly people.
It's like people from the slums. That's what
Yes, they deserve a drink. On me.
It's like, very well, so long as you're paying. So, you don't even have money to pay with. So what drinks
I do.
you have 11 favor. That's, is he willing to take, no, he's not willing to take that. So, you don't have enough money to pay him.
How about in a favor?
Okay. Favors, no. It's like, sorry, we don't do that much anymore.
Open a tab.
Open a tab, no. It's like, many people who have tried that never usually pay, so no.
Yeah, but he knows exactly where I live. He could easily
It's
come
like,
get
no,
it.
I don't know where you live, nor will I ever ask.
Huh. Dogma will pay.
It's like Dogma has no money either.
You sure about that?
It's like most of his money is going to his son.
So you're saying if he didn't have a son, he would have
It's like,
money?
and then Estrio's like, don't you dare. It's like, that child is under our protection.
Is he? Is he really?
It's like, that's how it's like, well, at least we know if something happens, we know who to blame, now don't we?
No, I didn't say I was going to do anything. I was just saying.
It's like,
if
you
he didn't
never
have a
do.
son,
But
then
I'm,
you don't
just
have-
like I said, I'm not going to do anything either.
Yeah. Alright then.
It's like, alright, that
That's
aside,
fair
what do you
point.
want?
A job or something. Money is required.
Like, we don't really have many of those anymore. You know, what with everything being sealed away.
God damn it.
It's like, but I do have something a little bit out of the ordinary if you're interested.
Hmm.
So he's like, again, he's always got this time he's got like a book. And he's
So he's
opening
going
it.
to tell me a story.
And so, like, Batiste and Garmok are immediately, like, they've never seen him pull out a book before. So, like, all eyes are now on him.
He could read.
And, like, Batiste is like, you're not going to give him what I think you're giving him, are you? And then Estrio's like, of course I'm going to. He seems capable. And Garmok's like, you're really going to task this one, the non-diplomat, with this job.
I'm very diplomatic.
It's like that's exactly the point. If it goes south, at least we'll have someone that can handle himself. And you can tell, like, the word "handle himself" is in quotations.
Oh joy.
I was like, here it is. We've been getting some reports that to the west there are villages. We haven't done much scouting that direction. I mean, we've been kind of focused on growing the farmland after all. I mean, and then he like points out the window and you see the massive farm out his window. We've got busy with that. So, well, there's not much intel on that area. We could always use more scouts over there.
No, apparently I don't have any intel either.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And I hear from the scuttlebutt that you have business over there as well. So, just since you're going in that direction, how much is he willing to pay? Not that much. Roll a d5. He's probably going to pay like chump change. Wah, wah.
What the fuck, man? You
Yep,
jinxed
chump
it.
change.
I call a reroll.
It's it's just a base diplomatic mission, so it's not going to be paid for as much. Okay, so you're trying to negotiate for a higher sum. You do not have any sort of skills to negotiate, though. So you have to D100.
Deception?
Can you actually negotiate a higher fee? Yes. Okay, so you're going to try to negotiate. What about Astrio? Okay, so you get to negotiate a higher fee, which means you get to reroll the D5. Actually, hold on, let me see. Roll a D10 now. So you're trying to negotiate a higher fee. Still got a 1.
This is bullshit.
Yep.
Great.
Okay, so you try to negotiate. It's like, I'm going to put my neck on the line. And then he's like, nope, not really. It's like, what neck? You just...
Extend it.
It's like, ugh. Well, anyway. It's we can't afford to pay you anymore. It's just, we don't have the money.
Oh, God.
It's like, you adventuring type thinks that economies work like that. You're not spending as much money in the town. All the money seems to be leaving.
Well, yeah.
Okay. It's like, so how do you expect us to keep paying you if we have no money?
Find some?
It's like, if only it was that easy.
But it is.
And so Garmok kind of interjects. It's like, look, just get this job done. If you can get this done, maybe we might get more trade.
And how is that useful
Trade
to me?
equals money. Money equals we can pay you, right? It works out.
I have a feeling I'm not going to get paid anyway.
It's like, and so like, I knew you were going to say that. So, and he pulls out, like, it looks like a contract. So
Oh.
you have the D100 to read it. Can you understand what's written on it? Not so much. So it's for
He's
you,
got
it's
some
just a
shit
mass
writing.
jumble of words. Like
Shit
you're
writing.
reading some of it a bit here and there. It's basically a trade agreement. Like you get a general of what it is, but it's like, well, the short skinny of it is you'll get a cut. You'll get a small cut from every trade we do if you could accomplish this job.
Percentage? Question mark.
Okay, so high percentage, so that's a D5. So they're not going to go more than half. So 30% of what they make. That's pretty good, actually.
Fine then. That's acceptable.
And work out, well, it's like, we'll hammer out the details when it's done.
I swear to God, if it's like 100 favor, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Well, you're going to get 100 favor and then it's like whatever else you get, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how lucrative the trade agreement is.
No, this ought to be good.
Okay, so